JT coming, JT coming, JT. What's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all. All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It was like you could hear it all throughout the store. This Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? What up, Roxstars? How y'all doing? Okay, lunch break. I got 1 solid hour, y'all. 1 solid hour. We gonna get through it. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's start off with the FunkyDineva&Carlos King interview. Y'all know I usually, anything that's YouTube related, when it has to do with YouTubers and things like that, I usually steer clear of that kind of stuff. I just usually let everybody do what they do, live in their lane, and I just don't get involved with anything, okay? That's how I've been able to stay free from the fray. However, it was a good interview. It was a positive interview. I like FunkyDineva, and I know he has, a lot of you guys watch his content as well, and I was like, okay, let's look at the interview and see what it is. It was a good interview. It was a good interview. It's good to see Quentin because he is well-spoken. He expresses himself well. And like I said, people like him. And I have been a follower of FunkyDineva. I've watched him from when he first started, when he was doing the My Hair is Laid videos in his wig, in his home when he was young. I mean, this is 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 years ago. Like, I've been following him. And he's always been hilarious to me. And so, we've been seeing his career go through all of the changes. I mean, I remember where he started, and I definitely see where he is now. So it was nice to see him getting his flowers of sorts and just being able to talk freely. I don't think we've ever really seen him interviewed and, on his own. I mean, he talks, like I said, he expresses himself well. So a lot of the things that he said, I think that, we've known, or not necessarily knew, because there were a lot of stuff in that interview that we didn't know about him. But it was just a really good interview. Talked about his upbringing, from his childhood, his relationship with his parents, him coming into himself, and the whole fact that he was gay and how it affected his family. His relationship with his mom. It was interesting to hear about his relationship with his dad. I don't think I've ever really heard him talk much about his father. Or maybe he has, and I hadn't heard him talk about it. But, just his relationship with his father. We knew more about his relationship with his mother. I think we can all agree about that. But it was good, him maintaining his stance on not being messy. Contrary to what some people think, he says that he's not messy, that he doesn't like to be in it. He doesn't watch other YouTubers, which you guys know I don't really watch. I watch YouTube, but I don't watch a lot of the same type of content that I actually do. Okay, even my True Blues, my Bondi, my Ashley's, my Scotty, my, Scorpion Show, all of them, like, I don't watch them as regularly anymore because it's like we all do the same type of content. Of course, we're all very different in our views and all, but like, I don't be wanting to see all that again, so I watch other stuff. However, I'm always still going to be very supportive of them, but I don't watch, and for a lot of the same reasons that he said. I've already told you guys, like, I don't watch other YouTubers because it's very easy to subconsciously pick up their views. So I make it a point, if I am going to watch one of Ashley's or Scotty's or Jay Lee's or, anybody's video, I won't do it until I've already filmed my video, because you will be surprised on how their views can sway your own views. And soon you'll start to realize that, you're not even really sure how you feel about a matter anymore, and I don't want to be that way. So I pretty much stay clear of watching other YouTubers and what they think. And then it's easy to pick up their lingo, and it's easy, you know, you want the stuff to be true to what you do. And you know, it's cool to be, you know, you can support them and say the things that they say, you know, as long as you shout them out and all that. But you know, it's just easier when you don't. So I understood why he said that. And honestly, I don't really care about what everybody else is saying. Like, I just know what I feel. And so I say what I feel about a matter. And then I don't even think about, I try not to think about what other people think as well. Okay. So yeah, I could totally relate to some of the things that he says, which is one of the reasons why I really do like Quentin, because I feel like we have a lot of the same. We're not the same personalities, but I feel like there are certain things that he thinks about that I also feel the same way as him, as far as his friendships, you know, what's important to him. You know, we think a lot alike on those, in those levels. I love the fact that he shouted out Bondi, because of course you guys know Brittany is like she is on the trajectory to she gonna get there. She is gonna get there, you guys. People notice her, people like her. She's unapologetically her. I've told you guys, like, it's like a fucking storm when Brittany is around. She is so much energy, you know. And that's a star for sure in the making. Y'all know I love Brittany anyway. But it was great to hear him shout her out. You know, he did mention how fond he was of Armand Wiggins and that whole debacle with TGIF, and how he was disappointed that the show blew up like that. And we've talked about this. I told you guys how I felt when Armand did the roast of Al, and how I thought it was obvious. Like, I did not watch TGIF, okay? And I already told you guys why. So, but I didn't watch that show, but I did watch that roast. And even for a person that don't watch the show, it was clear to me that Armand Wiggins hadn't been there long enough to say those things and really, you know, be able to shout it from, you know, from his chest. I knew it was clear that somebody had told him that, you know. And so when Funky said that, I was just like, yes, it was obviously clear. And I told you guys in my video when we talked about it before, like, it didn't make sense to me that you would blow up your own spot. Like, everybody need a check, all right? And same way that Funky believed, it was just a shame the way the show just pretty much went down in flames. Now, I know as far as Funky's part in the show, you know, him leaving the show, I'm sure that was a big hit. Because like he said, he did have a lot of viewers, a lot of followers that was supporting that show. He just took his show and his viewers back to his YouTube channel and didn't have to deal with all of the politics of being there. So good for him on that. But yeah, it is a shame that TGIF is gone. Maybe they wanted too much. Maybe it was more of a gym when they were just doing it once a week instead of going to 5 days a week and trying to compete, I guess, with the TMZ and the all the other type of daily gossip like shows. It just, I guess there were a lot of things that brought the show down, but it's honestly too bad. I know that Armand Wiggins has responded. I didn't watch the video, but they say that he's upset about the things that Funky said in there. You know, there's that as well. It was interesting to me that Carlos said that he didn't, when he saw the rant, he just thought that was just, you know, basically them making good TV. And I was just like, Carlos, and I don't know if that I can believe that, you know, because for a person that didn't even watch the show or have any relationship with any of them, you know, other than just being a casual viewer, and I wasn't even that, even I could tell that he had been fed that kind of stuff. So I was like, Carlos, you being in the reality world and you being a producer, and you know, like, you knew. I just can't believe that you didn't think that it was going to be as damaging as it was. I mean, I saw the writing on the wall right away. And I think a lot of people did. And again, ultimately the show is gone. So, yeah, he did talk about that. He talked about his move back to Atlanta, him wanting to be on late night syndicated, you know, TV, talk show type things, that he needs to be back in the mix now that he feels more grounded. Because you guys know he lived here in Atlanta, moved back to Florida, and now he's coming back, and he's trying to hone his career to more of a syndicated talk show, nighttime talk show. So good for him. Like, I want all good things for Quentin. I want all good things for everybody on YouTube, because it is not easy. It is a commitment, you know, and it's good to see when YouTubers really, really blow up, okay? Because when they blow up, you know, it just helps to bring the whole culture. It helps to bring the whole culture along with them. All right, so it was a good interview. If you guys have watched it, I couldn't believe I actually sat there and watched it. I just don't be feeling like watching a whole interview of anybody for 2 hours. It is never something that I feel like doing. But I wanted to watch it because I knew a lot of people wanted me to talk about it. So you guys let me know what you guys thought about the interview. You know, what you thought about Carlos. And it was really funny when Carlos was like, yes, Bondi, she's beautiful. She's a beautiful girl. And I was like, and Bondi be reading that fucking Carlos for filth. I mean, he couldn't say nothing negative. You know, Quinn sitting up there saying how much he loves her. Like, he had the co-sign and everything. But I know inside his stomach might have been roiling a little bit. But anyway, yeah, y'all let me know what you thought about the interview. Everything that he said, and we are moving on to the next topic. All right, you guys, so Nelly then fucked around out there in St. Louis and then got himself arrested the other day, okay? And of course, if you were like me, you were like, Nelly, really, what are you doing? Why are you getting yourself arrested? You have a baby on the way. You have a wife out there. She's a wife, remember, not just a girlfriend. She is a wife. You got a wife out there at home with a big ass 10-ton belly, a baby about to drop any minute. If they did they have a baby yet? No, I don't think so. And you out here moving like this. What is really going on? Okay. They said that Nelly was arrested because he had 4 tablets of ecstasy pills and he was driving without insurance. I was just like, so how is it that he was arrested for those things? Like, how would they have known any of these type of things if he was in St. Louis at a casino? How did it come to be that he had 4 tablets of ecstasy? We're going to talk about that in a minute. But 4 tablets of ecstasy, and they found out that he didn't have insurance. He was driving without insurance. I was just like, okay, there's clearly got to be more to this story. Okay, and then there was. All right, so then I found out that this is what they're saying. This is what Nelly's defense is saying anyway. They said that he was at a St. Louis casino, a casino that he frequents often. Apparently, Nelly loves to gamble. Okay, and he goes to this casino and he wins often. Okay, and I'm assuming if you got money like Nelly does, you're not just winning a little bit, you winning a lot. You bet a lot to make a lot. That's what my dad always said. My dad was a high roller in Vegas back in the day. Okay, you gotta play, you gotta pay to play, you know. So Nelly winning all this money, I guess the casino about sick of this shit. All right, because bitch, casinos ain't out there for you to be winning. You know, that's what my dad was like, Roxanne, y'all be playing with them damn slot machines and all that. No, you need to get to something where there is going to be less chance of somebody cheating the game. Okay, cards, you can't cheat that easily. Dice, you can't cheat that easily. If you're gonna play them, or you know, roulette or something like that. But these slot machines, y'all wasting your fucking time. Okay, my dad always said that. He was a craps player. Anyway, so Nelly, I'm assuming, plays on one of them tables, and he wins often. The casino is tired of it, so now they are saying that they, in an attempt to make things more difficult for him, they decided to just run his tags. Apparently, when he got his money, or he was going to get his money or something like that, they ended up running his tags on his car. I don't know if the man was in the car or not. Did they just go out there to just see what they could run on the tag and see what they could find? Like, that part, I was just like, now, if he is still in the casino trying to get his money, why y'all out there running this fucking tag, right? So they run the tag, and turns out that in 2018, he has some priors or some shit that he hadn't handled. I don't know if he was aware of them or not, but they found out that. So once they had that information, they went to him and they, I guess, detained him. Then they found these 4 ecstasy pills on him, and now bingo, now we are able to arrest you. Okay, so yeah, kind of a roundabout way of getting to what they wanted out of it. Fucked up, yes, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, we need to try to make sure that we take care of whatever legal problems that we have, so we don't have this kind of mess. That's the first thing. Secondly, I know, you know, because I was worried at first that Nelly was out there just wilding out and acting like he was on something, you know, sweating and shit, nose running hot, talking loud, being crazy, and they was like, this nigga on something. And they pulled him to the side. I was hoping that wasn't what it was, but the way they were saying that he got arrested for ecstasy, I was just like, was this nigga like hyped up on some shit and decided to go out and was acting a fool? No, that's not exactly what it was. What I told you is what the defense is saying what it was. And they found these pills, but you guys really, honestly, at our big grown age, I know people, if you're going to be on something, you just going to be on something. It don't matter what age you at, but you would just hope that, you know, lifestyle, a rock style lifestyle might not make it. Rock star lifestyle might not make it, you know. Nelly is grown now. Like, he's got a family now, not just kids. He got a wife and he got kids and all. Like, why are you still moving like this? Why? What are you taking these ecstasy pills for? I mean, most people taking ecstasy because they want to have an enhanced sexual experience. I know your wife good and pregnant at the house, you know. And I mean, you can still have sex when you big and pregnant and all. That's not what I'm saying, but you ain't fixing to be fucking me when I'm 9 months pregnant and with this, and you off on some ecstasy and shit, nigga. You ain't fixing to be beating me up and trying to get all up in there like that. No, baby, I need you to be calm and shit, because you going to make these in contractions, TMI. I know, not for the babies, but I don't need you to be ramming and shit and off on some, high on some shit trying to do it to me. I'm going to need some love making, some tender. There'll be some love making, heartbreaking, soul shaking love. Bitch, you ain't fixing to be tearing up my coochie. No. Okay? So, the ecstasy pills, they just make me a little concerned, all right? Because some tell me him and Ashanti probably ain't the one. He ain't probably the one that's using the ecstasy on his wife. And we ain't forgot. Some of y'all didn't even know, but I have not forgot some of Nelly's prior issues that he used to have back in the day. I'm not going to bring it to the post, because I ain't a kick a bitch when they down kind of bitch. That's not me. But Nelly has had issues in the past, and now here we go with this. So while it is fucked up that they created a case, you know, it sounds like anyway they created this case because people were salty that they was losing money, but still, you know, you got to be more careful. You cannot be out here with these pills, okay? I just want to know what he was using the pills on. That's all I want to know, y'all. I don't think we're going to find out. Okay? I don't think Ashanti. I know she probably was at the house like, nigga, we did not need this right now. We are trying to film a reality show. We're trying to have a baby. And that's the thing what I said about this reality show. We don't even need it. Y'all need to be at the house, being married, have your kids, and let that be that, you know. But you don't need this extra look into your life, because look at what happened. The minute you turn your back, this nigga out here doing drugs and shit. I'm so glad he wasn't out there acting no ass, but still. Oh, child, I just was like, Nelly, right now, really, do we really need this? No, we don't need this right now. Okay, hopefully he can get this shit cleared up, and you know, he have a serious sit down with himself and realize what his priorities are, and maybe he needs to let that whole little, what this white man just come? I'm at the sushi place, y'all. He was getting kind of close. Like I was gonna do something scary ass bitch. Anyway, y'all know what it is. Y'all let me know what you think about that. How you feel about Nelly? Listen, we trying. We know that Nelly and Ashanti looped, you know, they done made it back to each other and all that. We are really trying to not think about all of the past. But you can't, let's stop this. Let's stop this. Okay? Next story. All right, you guys, politics. It's gonna be a little short segment, you know, because I feel like I'm saying the same things over and over. You know, remember I told you guys how it's just going to get real wild for Kamala Harris because, you know, she's campaigning, and the fact that she's a woman, a black woman, the Democrat, you know, the way that she came into the position where she is, where she's able to campaign on the Democratic nomination, it's a lot. Okay, and the Republicans, or should I say the far right, they are spiraling. They are just, I posted that tweet that Donald Trump had posted talking about, I mean, just craziness, spiraling, saying how Joe Biden needs to come back at the Democratic convention and take over as the nominee, and I mean, just lunatic stuff. As a matter of fact, they removed that post because I had posted it on my Instagram, and then I noticed that it was gone. But they removed it because they knew that the nigga sounded like he was crazy. It was just sort of like, what exactly are you talking about? Anyway, as they get more, as we get closer to the election, you know, people are getting to be more and more bold. You guys saw how JDVance pulled up on Kamala Harris, because there ain't no other way to say it. You know, as they are both trying, as everybody is campaigning right now, I'm sure everybody's paths cross because, you know, they're going from state to state. Their planes is flying them somewhere, here, there, everywhere. And so there's going to be many times where campaigns crisscross on the tarmac and whatever. But everybody go their separate ways. At least that's how it's been in the past. Well, JDVance happened to be on WhatsApp's plane, and they were landing in... I think he was actually about to leave from, where were they? Were they in Wisconsin? I think he was about to leave on WhatsApp's plane, and then Vice President Harris's plane was landing. Air Force Two was landing there on the tarmac. So JDVance took it upon himself to walk over to her plane. I was like, what the fuck is going on now? This motherfucker, and at the end of the day, he ain't nobody but a senator or a governor or whatever the hell he was. He definitely is not a president, a vice president, a former of either of those. There's no reason why this man should be able to just walk up to her plane like that. Like Secret Service, I'm gonna need you guys to do better about this. This motherfucker decided to walk up on her plane, okay? And I love the fact that Kamala paid the nigga the most dust that she could, honey. I'm talking about talcum powder type. But he wanted to talk to her about why she has not responded or why she hasn't did any interviews with the media now that she has accepted the seat as the Democratic nomination, for the person that's running for presidency. First of all, nigga, I don't owe you nothing. Okay, the reason why I might not be talking to the media ain't got shit to do. You, who are you? The radio correspondent? Is he the street team? Like, why are you even there? You know? Oh, I just wanted to see, what my future plane was gonna be like. Okay, if you don't go sit your old, you know what? Fuck you and your wife. She in this whole DEI shit. She just gonna catch a stray. I just am really concerned about the fact that a lunatic could possibly walk up to Kamala on the tarmac. Like, we didn't know what that man was gonna do coming up on her like that, you know? And it was clear that Secret Service didn't know exactly what to do about it either. Like I said, she didn't entertain it, but that kind of stuff is just going to get to be more and more, and it's going to be more and more brazen. It's going to be just, I don't like that, you know? Also, did you guys see when she was speaking at the rally and how she was being heckled, you know, and to the point where she had to call him out, you know, and she had to go on and bring in the black mama. You would have thought she was a black mama, okay, like a black mama coming from her loins. All right, I know she helped raise her husband's kids, but you would have thought, because first of all, this group of hecklers was at her rally. Apparently, before the rally, she had agreed to talk to the hecklers. There's some organized group, and they denied to sit down and talk to her. So she went on with her rally, and they decided to get in the middle of the rally and make a scene. Now, at first, she tried to handle it the diplomatic way. Listen. I know that you guys have an opinion. You know, everybody here has a right to their opinion and free speech and everything. However, I'm speaking. You know, I'm talking now. All right? You know, maybe y'all can just hold off. All right? They continued on with the yelling and the screaming, and then, of course, the supporters of Kamala Harris, you know, started to say, Kamala, you know, trying to drown out the hecklers. However, you know what? You could tell it got on her nerves, okay? Because she was like, listen, if you want Donald Trump to win, just say that. Otherwise, I am speaking. And y'all see this face? That's exactly how she looked. Wasn't a smile cracked. Because it was just sort of like, will you shut the fuck up? Why are you guys here trying to interrupt what I'm trying to say, but you won't go over there to YSAP's rally? And from what Harris was saying, they don't even really fuck with YSAP like that either, you know. But they I guess they decided they was just gonna go and do it at her rally, child. And I was just like, I'm tired of this, but it's gonna be more of this. I'm telling you, this election, it ain't fixing to stress me out, y'all. It is not fixing to stress me out. I'm gonna do my best to get that woman nominated. I'm gonna tell you guys every week to make sure you vote, and I'm gonna make sure all the people that I know and love that's close to me get out and vote. Okay? And then that's gonna be it for me, because I cannot watch the same shit that happened with Hillary go all happen again with Kamala. Like, I can't get myself all riled up like that, you know. I will say that there is still, the energy is still behind Harris, but now that fervor of her coming in the way that she did, now that that's starting to die down and we about to get to the nitty gritty, this shit is fixing to get ugly. I keep telling y'all just need to get ready. Okay, we got the convention is coming up, and then it's hardcore campaigning all the way up to election day in November. You guys saw, yeah, it's just, but I saw him when he walked up to that plane. I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Absolutely not. Then he gonna say that she could debate him. Nigga, you are beneath her. She is the vice president of the United States. Who are you again? You are the running mate of YSAP. No, she does not need to debate you. Don't be trying to get YSAP out of the debate. Listen, you guys was all upset with me when I said she could go to Fox. I feel like Kamala can win a debate with Trump anywhere. But I mean, I understand why people say, no, she shouldn't go to Fox. But first of all, they don't even need a debate. Okay, if I was YSAP, I wouldn't be wanting to have a debate. That's why he's pressing this whole Fox thing, because it's obvious that, you know, she's not going to go to Fox. But like I'm fine without the debate. Everybody knows that YSAP is he don't have that in him. Like that wasn't going to change my vote, and honestly, I don't know if it would have changed anybody's vote. It was just going to make YSAP look stupid. Okay, so they can do without the debate altogether. But I forgot what my point was going to be. But you guys, YSAP, he is just, you know, he can't even answer like, he is just so special to me. So apparently there were a group of people that were together, and they were talking to some reporters, and one guy and one reporter ended up having YSAP on the phone. So there were these group of people that, you know, YSAP was going to be taking questions from them. So one man got up there and said, listen, I have 9 kids. 8 of my 9 kids, I have to help them because inflation got so high that they cannot afford anything. Like, what are you going to do to bring down the prices of rent? Because you guys know rent is sky high right now. Okay. And that's a whole nother story. All right. The way that rent ended up blowing up the way that it did during the, you know, the aftermath of the pandemic. And I'm not going to get into that right now. But anyway, he was asking what is he going to do to bring the rent prices down? You know, here go YSAP. Oh, you know, we're going to drill, baby, drill. You know, it's just it's a shame that, you know, things have gotten so high. When I was in presidency, you know, I made sure that everything was low, gas was low. You know, you can't even buy eggs, you can't even buy bacon. You know, now everything is high, rent is sky high. When I was a president 4 years ago, you know, this and that. And first of all, the reason why everything was so much lower when he was president was because when he was y'all stupid ass president. Quit asking me what does YSAP stand for. Like, y'all don't know by now what YSAP been standing for. I've been saying that for 8 good years. So at this point, I thought everybody knew. YSAP stands for y'all stupid ass president. I had to come up with that term because YouTube was flagging me very often for saying it. And I call him that because he's just stupid. But anyway, the prices was much lower because during the pandemic, they were trying to stimulate the economy. People were at home. Nobody was spending money. When I stay home from work, or when I work from home, I eat my food in my house. I don't have to buy gas to drive anywhere. I don't have to go on my lunch break and go pick up some food anywhere. I don't do a quick run to the mall and pick up some, you know, cute little outfit on my lunch break. I don't do any of that. I am at home and I am chilling. And when I'm doing that, I'm not spending money. I'm not sustaining the economic growth of the community or the city, the state, the country. And that is the reason why they brought things down so low, because they wanted people to spend their money to buy it. And so that's exactly what they did. They brought down the mortgage rates. They brought down all of that stuff to make things much lower and easy to buy. And then when people was buying those, it has nothing to do with YSAP. It all has to do with the stock market and the economic feasibility of the country, you guys. But anyway, they did all that. People started to spend more money because you could afford it. And then, and this is one of the reasons why I'm probably back in the office and why many of you guys are back in the office, because they need people to buy shit on their lunch break. They need folks to buy gas. Okay. And now that everybody is back at work and back out there and we have to do it, now we're going to raise the prices back up. Okay. Because you still need to eat. You still need the gas to get to where you got to go. You're going to spend the money either way it goes. So now we can raise the money. You guys, there's more. It's a game to this whole thing. And YSAP, one of the reasons why he gets on my nerves is because he likes to take credit for shit that he is not responsible for, you know? And, I mean, I get it. That's what all politicians, it's a political thing. That's what they do, but it's still bullshit, you know? And I need people to understand just those basic general things about YSAP and this whole presidential race, you know? But he loves to do that. He loves to take credit for things that he is just not responsible for. And while we're speaking about YSAP, where in the hell is Melania Waldo Trump? I know that's probably not what she go by. Her last name is not Trump, huh? Melania Trump. Maybe it is. But where is she? It is amazing to me that, you know, the far right are supposed to be like these almost fanatic type Christians, you know, patriots. That's what I should say. The patriots, and they all believe in the sanctity of the familial home and all of this. However, this man who you guys are trying to put in the office ain't never with his fucking wife. Ain't never with his wife and kids. Why does he get all of these exceptions? Okay. And you guys know that woman can barely stand him. She gonna do what she gotta do because, and I know she hates the fact that he's running again, because she did not want to be in this mix no more. She wanted to get his money, whatever he had, and raise their son and not have to deal with his old funky ass. But now, you know, she back in the mix. But honey, Melania was like, baby, you ain't fixing to get me out on that campaign trail. Not again. Not again. Okay. And it's just amazing to me that nobody seems to care about any of that. So this man then got convicted, not just accused, but convicted of sexual assault and all this, and they still just make it make sense, y'all. Anyway, that's it on that. That's it on the politics for today. I guess we're gonna close it on out there. Y'all let me know what you think about everything I just said. Right, we do this every single week, so make sure you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.